Hi everyone. Today's video has 3 points and you're going to want to stick around because the third point is a secret as to the most important thing to remember when you're getting started with self-publishing. And that's the reason why in today's video we are going to discuss Self-Publishing 101, everything you need to know. So by the end of this video, you're going to know the key elements involved in self-publishing and winning this game. You're going to have the steps necessary to get started, and you're going to feel great that you're putting yourself on the right path to succeed at both self-publishing your book and also getting it to sell. This is Chris Baird from SelfPublishingMadeEasyNow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. After having put over 200 books on Amazon, I'm very familiar with the process, and I've put together a checklist you can get below in the description that will show you the secret steps necessary to win at self-publishing. So go and check it out. Free checklist. So the thing is, one of my clients, Jerry, it was about 2 years ago when I was specifically working with Jerry, and one of the things he was trying to do was just getting his book onto the market. The problem was he was listening to way too many voices. There were tons of people who were telling him, many of these fake gurus who were telling him the importance of getting all of the steps right when you're first getting started with self-publishing, and he was getting overwhelmed as a result of this. All of these steps, and every step was so deep. There were so many things you needed to do, and if you didn't do one of these things, then you would completely fail. And this was resulting in a lot of demotivation for Jerry, and that's one of the reasons I put this video together. So the thing is, with self-publishing, when you're first getting started, the very most important thing that you should do, and remember, if you skipped one of these steps, it's not a problem. We do it on our next book. You don't have to go backwards in time and fix your previous books. So the first thing is you need to choose the right market. If you choose the wrong market, you can put as many books on the market as you wish to put, but it's not going to make a difference when it comes to selling your books because nobody is there to buy them. In the same way, if you put it into a market where there's readers and they're buying the books, but there's so many books, it makes it really hard for those people to find your book because when they type in certain search results, your book is not going to come onto page 1. It's going to be on page like 50, and then it's going to be so difficult for people to find it. I even remember somebody I was even corresponding here on YouTube who had actually done this where they put out piles of books. I think it was, we won't say exactly, we'll just say architecture books, but every one of their books was dealing with different types of architecture. It was somebody who was leaving comments, and I took a look at what was happening, and I could tell them their number one problem, and it was because when I looked at it, there weren't simply, we'll just say, these architecture books were not selling. Even if you're an architect, no other architects were out there buying, so there was not a hungry market. Hungry market means there's not that much of the books that they want to read, and there's a lot of these people who are willing to invest a lot of money. And the way that we find it is we look at certain keywords. I personally use KD Spy, which you can find my affiliate link below in the description. I use that in order to figure out this magical ratio between what the search results are showing as total number of the books that are ranking on the subject and how many books they're selling versus the total results for that given keyword, and that is a powerful combination when figuring out whether or not your book is going to sell. The second step is just going through the basic steps. As I told you, some of the fake gurus try to tell you you need to do everything right or else it's not worth it at all and your book's going to completely fail. I disagree. I do believe your very first book, it's difficult to get high levels of success on book number 1. And so, well, I don't want to reveal my secret at this point, but the thing is that you need to go through the basic steps. The basic steps mean we're going to need to order a cover. We're going to need to format the book. Obviously, you've already written the book. You've got your cover. You need to find the keywords you're going to use in your 7 keywords. You're going to need a description, an author's bio, and then we're going to take the book and we're going to format it into the different formats we're going to need for our ebook and then the paperback. And once you have the ebook, you can actually do the audiobook version of it. And so we're moving straight through these steps as I work together with my coaching clients, going step by step, keeping things very, very simple as we're moving right on through it in order to ensure that people don't get confused, because if you confuse, you're going to lose a lot of your audience and the readers that you want. So you want to make sure we're moving right through those steps, and then what happens is that you'll be so surprised when your very first book is on the market, and that builds motivation, which is the absolute most important thing as a self-publisher, to keep your motivation as high as possible. And how do we do that? We do that by making sure that we don't do too much stuff. We don't overload ourselves, but we keep making progress every single day. But that brings us to our third point and our secret answer of the day, which is what is exactly the most important thing that every self-publisher needs to know? And the answer is you need to know that you should stick to one market. Do not target 50 markets. This is another thing. There are fake gurus who go the other direction that say you can almost throw any book out there, just shoot at multiple markets and I'm sure it'll all work out. It will not work out. You may figure out a good keyword and then put a book out that's selling, but that's not the same as building a brand. Our goal as an author is to get our name associated with the books that we're putting out so that when people think of those books, they think of us. And when they think of us, they think of those books. And now we're doing a very good job of branding ourselves. You will not be able to do this if it's multiple markets. And the same goes when you're building up your content marketing. You're not going to be putting out YouTube videos and doing email lists and blogs and all of this stuff based upon multiple types of books. So look, if you really like to write in science fiction, let's find a really popular sub-niche in science fiction with hungry readers and just go one book after the second book, after the third book, after the fourth book. And the question is, well, when do I get to stop this whole thing? Well, to get traction for many authors, it takes 2 to 3 years. Sometimes it takes, when you hit the 10-year marker, now we can almost assuredly guarantee your name's going to be associated with that genre. You're going to start seeing regular sales. People will recommend your book to other people. You'll see it in the comments. I really loved his previous book, so I decided to check this one out. You'll be able to bundle the books together. It builds, it compounds. And this is one of the reasons why I focus so much on maintaining your motivation as you're moving through each of these steps. And don't listen to those pagans who tell you just throw books out there, you'll make passive income. It doesn't matter what different markets, just different pen names, and just throw as many books out as you can. This isn't actually the winning strategy. The winning strategy is holding it into a specific niche. If you have other books you've already written, then I suggest you put them under different pen names and you do not build a marketing strategy around them. You can run ads against them, but your primary focus is on one specific sub-niche, sub-genre that you're going to be targeting on Amazon if you're really hoping in the long run to win this entire Amazon game. So my question for you today is, what step of self-publishing are you stuck on? I mentioned a whole series of steps, but I need to know where you are. Tell me below in the comments so I can get a better idea where you're at. Thanks.